Hey everyone, it's Mimi. Welcome back to Mimi's Indoor Garden. And oh my gosh, you guys, I've been having some issues with my external hard drive. So you guys have missed so much that I've done to this like indoor garden, changes that I've made, plants that have died, plants that are dying, and plants that are growing, that are new in my garden. So I have to catch you guys up today, so that you can get up to speed with what's going on in my garden. Alright, so first things first, this tomato plant right here, if you guys can remember, it was like super tall, right? Well, it started to die. When the mealybugs came and attacked my whole garden, you know, it ate a lot of things, right? So I think it did get to my tomato plant. I wasn't 100% sure. So what happened was, right when I was about to scrap it, right when I was about to throw it away, this little side shoot started growing out the side of it, and it had plants. Well, I was trying to bury it down. I cut off the main stem so that all the energy would go to this particular side shoot, right? And when I was trying to bury it down into the dirt, it snapped off. It snapped off. So I was like, okay, crap, what can I do? So I just buried it. And this was last week. I think it was like the 5th of February. Yes, it was last week. So I saw on YouTube that if you bury like a sardine from a can that's like in water, it'll help feed the plant. So I dug really deep down in there and buried like a little sardine in there, and it's still trying to hang on. I mean, I can see a little bit of something going on right here. I don't know, but I'm just gonna give it some time to, and you know, honestly, I'm not sure if that's just because it hasn't like grown a whole bunch of roots yet, so some of it's kind of dying off. But you know, I'm just gonna give it some time to see what it does, because it's still green, the stem still looks good. So we're just gonna see what happens there, right? This is my snake plant that's still living and doing great. I had planted some of my basil seedlings inside of this pot, and they're only leaning over because they were really top heavy and I didn't stake them up. So there's just one little baby one that's still kind of like standing tall. My nasturtium is still hanging on. I can tell that it's being one of my plants that's like deterring the pests, because they're still, you know, constantly eating at it. You can see the little brown leaves right there. So it's doing its job. And then those are my other basils. My mom actually took some of these off last night and put inside of our spaghetti, and it was delicious. This is the bell pepper plant that I had started a while ago, and it is growing really good. I don't know what's going on with this focus, y'all. Yeah, okay. This focus is acting crazy. Okay, so that bell pepper plant is growing pretty good. It's starting to get some more leaves. I did have some mealybugs that tried to attack it, but you guys, I use this what they call diatomaceous earth, and I've been putting it like all around my plants or whatever, and on the rows. I even put it down here on the floor, as you can see, just to try to kill those mealybugs. And y'all, it is working. It has worked, because my little garden has bounced back. Now, they did come through and demolish my carrots. That's what's left. And as you guys know, this was all full of like carrot foliage. It was so pretty. My little bunch of onions, you can barely see them. You can barely see those things, which they've been going for quite a while. I started to grow some rosemary from seed, and it's doing good. That's my little rosemary. I started some sage from seed. I started some more onions from seed, and they're doing actually pretty good as well under the light. I started some more marigolds. So these are like African marigolds, petite marigolds. They're doing as good as well. I started some lemon balm, and man, you guys, it has taken off. It's taken off. That's one of my kale plants back there, and it's doing great as well. That's more marigolds. This kale plant died. It was my fault. I accidentally made my fertilizer too strong, and it killed it. And then those are the Tickle Me plants back there. They're still trying to hang on. I don't know what's going on with them, but they trying to hang on. And then I started a mint. I grew some mint, y'all. You can barely see it. Let me see. I have been babying this mint because only one little piece grew up with this mint, y'all. One little piece. So I've been trying to baby it. I put some worm castings on top and it just kind of popped up from that. So I've been babying my mint, y'all. So this side is doing okay, as you can see. So I have some big news I have to share with you guys, and we're gonna do it step by step, but some of this is actually gonna go outside into my outside garden, and I'll be sharing that with you guys as well. All right, so as you guys can see, this indoor garden is getting a little too crowded. So I'm actually gonna start an outdoor garden as well at my grandmother's house. Well, she's passed away, but we still have her home and her land. My aunt stays there now, and so she was okay with me putting some things in the backyard. So I actually went out there to set up a couple of raised beds, and my camera, okay, so I'll admit it was my fault. I thought my batteries were all charged up and they were not, and so I didn't have any battery power to show you guys setting up those two raised beds, but my daughter helped me, and I'll try to make sure that everything's charged so that when I go out there to get it all prepped and ready, you guys can follow, okay? So stay tuned. Okay, so I know you guys remember my little okra corner, right? My other okra plant died, so I planted a new one, and as you can see, it is doing great, y'all. Look at it. It is doing great. And so I decided to plant some onions. I just wanted to see what they were gonna do, you guys, and I promise you guys, last Friday, they were barely above the soil, and when I came back on yesterday, Monday, they had sprouted up this far, and I was like, whoa, what in the world? Here's another one that I had planted, and I mean, I'm telling you, they took off, y'all. They took off, and they look so beautiful. This is my new seed starting mix that I have, y'all. It's doing wonderful. I'm glad that I changed it up. That's the time that I had planted near my bell pepper plant, and it's doing amazing. But as you guys can see, I tried and tried to hold on to this poor little bell pepper plant, and it just did not. It wasn't feeling it, so it's dead. It's dead. I'm gonna actually pull it up and put that baby bell pepper plant in its place, and then that's my little jacaranda tree, and it's doing great, still growing. I'm gonna scrap that, and I'm probably gonna put some more plants or flowers or something in there just to grow, but this side is doing great as well. All right, so as you guys can see, my oregano and my dill is doing great. They are doing wonderful, just growing like little weeds. All right, so I decided that I would give it a try to grow some grapes, and y'all, they were sticks when I first bought them, and I said, okay, well, I'll just plant them in the ground, and once it's time, we'll put them in there. But y'all look, they have already started growing, and they are so tall. So I know I have to hurry and get them in the yard. So these are the grapes that I'm growing. They're non-GMO. Seedless Marquise grapes, and then the seedless Concord grapes. I got them from Walmart, y'all, and I mean, they just took off. So once it's past the frost here in Georgia, then I will put them in the ground. The lady said even if it gets cold again, they'll probably lose their leaves, but it'll come back. But I mean, they've grown so much, I don't want to lose this progress. Okay, so this is my new project here, and I don't know if you guys can see, but these are a ton of onions. These are red onions, white onions that I planted. Here are some here as well, and they have grown, y'all. They grew so fast, like I'm talking about just overnight. Like literally from yesterday when I watered some of these, they just sprouted up. They sprouted up. And I also am growing like a lot of collards, kale. Like I have some collards right there, some kale, some butter crunch, some black seed Simpson right there. I am attempting to grow some strawberries. There's a cabbage that I can see here. Hold on, let's see if I can get a little closer. All right, so no strawberries as of yet, but I do see some cabbage here, and I see some romaine lettuce there. Okay, we'll keep that cover back up and let it keep going. I did not put these on a heating pad, y'all, because I know that the greens don't like heat like that. But look, okay, come on, Jamila, I like you know how to record. I have some Bibb lettuce. I have some, what is that? Something ice. It's a lettuce. And then this is gonna be lemongrass, hopefully. And then the red romaine lettuce. Now, it was funny because the last time I tried to grow red romaine, it did not grow at all. I can see a little lemongrass right there. It's peeking out. Yeah, so I have red romaine this time. So I'm gonna cover them back up though, y'all. So this is why I need to put some things in the yard, because where am I gonna grow all these onions? Not in this house. Not in this house. And I put this over the tray just so the light wouldn't cause any algae. So it's just watering from the bottom, that's all. And all these little trays have like a little thing that waters from the bottom. Like if I lift this up, you can see the tray just waters from the bottom, which I really like. I got those from Amazon. And I also love my little light that I got from Amazon. I have 2 of those, and they can actually get really tall. You just add the pieces to them. Okay, so this is the diatomaceous earth that I was telling you guys about that I used in my garden to get rid of the mealy bugs. It comes with a little cap, and you can actually snip the cap and like squeeze it out if you want to, like in a little bit at a time, or you can take the cap off. And you just sprinkle it around on your plants or brush them on, you know, a thin little layer. And when the mealybugs crawl across them, it dehydrates them by breaking through their exoskeleton. And they die. And it has worked in my garden. So I'm grateful for this product. Okay, y'all, so that's my February 2026 garden update. And stay tuned because we will be going outside soon, and very soon, you guys. If you have any tips for me, I've never grown grapes before, please holler at your girl, okay? Because this is new. I know I have to trellis them, I know that much. I'm probably gonna put some compost around the bottom, but from what I understand, they don't really require too much. So if there's something that you want to share with me, please leave it in the comments down below. I am open to all suggestions. And again, thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Bye.